How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I wanted to talk about what is the point of living unless you're going to live until you die. You know, the reason I'm saying this is because when I used to drink, my life just revolved around alcohol to one degree or another, right? It was what I thought was a good life, was to go out and to get plastered and to enjoy the buzz with my friends, enjoy the crack. Oh my God, to listen to the good music, to be in the places where all the crack was happening, and to go home feeling high on life. What bullshit. My life was basically revolving around one poisonous session after another. I've spoken about this before, that your body can handle 1 unit of alcohol per hour, right? So the average pint of beer is 3 units of alcohol. If you drink 6 pints of beer, give or take, right, you're talking about between 15 and 18 units of alcohol that you've just consumed, and you've just put into your body. Now, that means it takes 18 hours for your body not only to get rid of the toxin, that's the first point, but while your liver is doing this, while your liver is metabolizing the alcohol, it cannot do anything else. It focuses its entire attention on getting rid of the alcohol. Now, one of the big issues here is that your liver has got these other jobs to do, right? Your liver is just not there to get rid of the alcohol. Your liver is there to clean your blood. Your liver is there to keep you alive, right? But for those 18 hours, just because you decided to get a bit drunk, your body is no longer able to fulfill this function. It has to concentrate just on this one toxic element that you've introduced into your body, right? So what does live until you die mean, right? As I say before, when I used to drink, live until I died meant, sure, you don't know what's around the corner. You could be hit by a bus at any time. That was something that I heard over and over and over again as an excuse for somebody smoking or drinking or just taking risks, eating bad food and stuff like that. And that can happen to anyone, sure enough, right? But is it really living a good life just being stuck with an addiction of having to pour a liquid down your throat in order to get a buzz, relax, sleep, enjoy yourself, problem solve, whatever it is that you're using the alcohol for? Is it a life that you have to do this? You are so reliant on this outside force, right, in order to get what you need out of life. For me, it's not. For me, drinking alcohol is pointless. It's going around and round in circles, life is pointless when your life revolves around intoxication. I can say this about myself. I can say this about hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that I've personally been in contact with since I've stopped drinking, and people who have put in the effort and put in the time and are reaping the results of not drinking anymore, of just getting outside of that loop, of that, that craziness, that broken record mentality and thinking and action, that it just revolves around this one thing. And once they take that one thing out, your life is able to spread out more, and life becomes important then, for me, before I stopped drinking, life itself was losing its whole significance. The one thing that kept me going was my son, and God knows where I would be today if I hadn't latched onto that one big reason in my life to stop drinking. So no matter what I did to myself, I kept looking at him, and it was a haunting thing that, just kept repeating on me over and over again, that what was my drinking doing to him? And for most of the time, I pushed that thought down as soon as it came up, right? I didn't give it any heed, like I say, for most of my adult drinking life, I didn't even think that I was doing anything wrong by drinking alcohol. But when I started to think about those along those lines and what in actual fact it was doing to me, it was just, it was, my life was going to a stage where I just thought, what's the point? What's the point in living this life anymore? What's the point in doing these things anymore? And I've always wanted to do so much, and I've always been a person who has tried to grow, and I've always thought about growth. I've always wanted to learn and keep learning throughout my life, and I've always tried to do that, But when you're abusing, when you're using a substance, not abusing, when you're using a substance like alcohol or any other drug that is in control, you give over your control to this drug or to the effects of this drug. Everything else takes a back seat, because it's impossible to achieve. It's impossible to achieve the things that you want to achieve, big things in your life. You can achieve going to a job and getting a job and going blah-de-blah and doing that. Anyone can do that while you're on drugs, right? As long as you don't do it in work and fuck up in work and, then you can do this, right? But the problem is that that's about as much as you will be able to do. Robotic stuff, robotic stuff that most people could do in their sleeps. But in order to achieve something real, to make life really worthwhile for you and for those around you, you've got to be clear-headed. You've got to be totally and utterly ruthless with your own time, with your own body and stuff, with your own, what you're putting into your body, what you're, the amount of sleep that you're getting. I mean, you can take this to an extreme, right? Say for somebody who wants to get a gold medal in the Olympics, for instance, right? Or let's take a particular person, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he wants to become Mr. Universe. I mean, in order to get to that level, you've got to live that life. You've got to live, breathe, eat, sleep, think, everything to do with being Mr. Universe. And you've got to do it better than everybody else around you. And that's what he did, right? That's ultra fucking up here, it's just way above what I want to do in my life, right? But in between where I was down here and where he is, or where he was, the heights that he got to, there's all these different levels, and I want to get to a lot higher than I was, I mean, I'm not willing to put to put superhuman effort into one thing. I don't want to do that. I mean, I like my relaxation, I like my family, I like living my life, I like a diverse life, so, dedicating myself to one thing like that is not going to be, it's not the thing for me. But, I love doing what I'm doing now. I love Alcohol Mastery. I love just thinking about this stuff, it's just the psychology of it gives me a buzz just thinking about it. I've always wanted to write, so I mean, now I've written 5 books. I've done video courses. I've done stuff now that I would never have achieved if I hadn't stopped drinking. So, and I can say that for so many different people that have sort of are on the road to their own ideal life now, because they've stopped drinking. And it's not because of the alcohol; it's because they've changed their whole outlook towards alcohol, towards the behavior which caused them to drink the alcohol in the first place. And that's what it's all about, so I'll go back to the start and ask the question again: what is the point of living a life unless you're going to live a life that's worthwhile living, right? Unless you get to the life that you want to live, not what anyone else wants you to live, but the life that you want to live. That's what it's all about. So look, if you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below. Coming over to the website, there is a lot of Great information over there. It's all free for the most part. There's some paid courses, and there's a one-on-one coaching which is paid. I just don't have the time to be able to give that out. If I even tried to give that out for free, no meaning to boast, but there's a lot of people that need help, and I would be doing nothing else but that. So I have to charge for that. If you want to help on a sort of background basis, you can go over to Patreon, patreon.com, patreon.com/alcohol mastery, and you'll find our page there, and you can contribute, make a donation for as little as whatever it is, a small beer, or for as much as you want. We like those as well. But it helps keep the show running around here, helps to improve things and improve the site, and to keep a lot of it for free. We're going to be opening up later on for a paid membership area where there's going to be just a load of courses on different aspects of not only quitting drinking alcohol, but habit and life change. So if you're interested in that, you might keep an eye out for that. It's going to be happening in a few months. Probably around June or July, that'll be opening up. There's going to be a forum on there. There'll be sort of a lot of different things. I haven't sort of, there's a lot of things in the works to put into that. So it'd be well worth your while if you're interested. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care of yourself. Stay safe and keep the alcohol out your mouth. Until next time, onwards and upwards. Good luck to you. Bye now.